orange rolls are really similar to cinnamon rolls in that they're made with a yeasted sweet dough. They're wrapped around a filling covered with glaze, but orange rolls taste like orange instead of cinnamon. Now, they're popular at different places throughout the South, especially in Alabama, where they're served alongside the main course, almost like a dinner roll. And Ashley here to tell us more.
So the recipe I'm going to show you today is based off of and inspired by the Alabama orange rolls we had in Cullman, Alabama at a restaurant called All Steak.
I love the name of that, All Steak.
All Steak.
And orange rolls.
Yeah. But first, before we go anywhere near an orange, let's make our dough.
Okay.
I have 3 cups, which is also 15 ounces of all-purpose flour here. And then I've got 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And I've got 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. Simple dough so far. So I'm just going to give this a whisk by hand. Now I've got some orange juice, which is going to give us obviously that really gorgeous citrusy flavor. But I did microwave this to 110 degrees. It's a little warm.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I did that is because it's going to help to activate the yeast. So it's going to jumpstart our dough. And that is 1/2 cup. And I've got some heavy cream. I've got a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. And some butter that I went ahead and softened ahead of time. There's 6 tablespoons that I cut into 6 pieces. And then finally, 1 whole egg plus an egg yolk. All right, so I'm gonna mix this for about 2 minutes on medium. So I'm gonna let this go until the dough is just combined. Now I'm gonna increase the speed to medium-high and let the dough go for about 8 more minutes until it's elastic and smooth. So as you can see, the dough is elastic and it's smooth and it's nice and warm too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna flour the counter here because the dough is gonna be really soft at this point, and that's totally normal, it's okay. But I'm gonna need this just for about 30 seconds, just until it's a little bit smoother. Just get it nice and taut, brush off any of that excess flour. Now here I have a greased bowl, it's a good sized bowl. And then I also have some plastic wrap. And usually what I do, any kind of yeasted dough, because I'm Forgetful Jones, I like to use a Sharpie and just run my Sharpie over the dough just so I know if it's really doubled in size, and then I always write down the time.
I love it. I do the same thing. I write down the time it goes in and what time it should be ready to go.
Exactly. All right, so this is gonna go into a warm area and it's gonna rise until it's doubled in size, about 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Okay.
All right, let's check this out. It did double in size. Again, it was about 1.5 hours that we waited while this was in a nice warm spot. All right, so before we go any further with the dough, I wanna make our sugar mixture. I've got 1/2 cup of granulated sugar here, and then I've got 2 teaspoons of orange zest.
Okay.
Now you notice there aren't any white bits in there. That's the bitter part, the pith. You don't want to go anywhere near that when you're zesting an orange or any citrus for that matter. So I'm going to add, again, 2 teaspoons into the sugar and just give it a good whisk. All right, I'll put that aside for now. I'm just going to add a bit of flour to our counter. I need to form this into a 16 by 8 rectangle. I want the long side of the rectangle to be parallel to the counter.
Okay.
And then every once in a while, I just go in there just to release it. Double check my work one more time.
From a blob to perfection and like that. I love it.
All right. So I've got some softened butter here, 2 more tablespoons. And what I'm gonna do is just using this small offset, I'm just going to move the butter along here because the butter is going to be the glue that holds our sugar orange zest mixture onto the dough. Now the hands-on part of the recipe, I'm going to sprinkle this mixture just over top the butter. Smells so good.
It really does.
So now we need to roll this into a log, and what you're gonna do is roll away from you, but you wanna roll pretty firmly, and that's gonna prevent any air pockets from forming. All right, and then I'm gonna finish with the seam side down, but I wanna go in there just to pinch it, just to ensure that it doesn't come undone when baking. Now we're gonna cut this into rolls. So each piece is going to be 2 inches thick, and we're gonna have 8 pieces total.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go right down the line with a serrated knife. Just using a serrated knife just makes ease of cutting that dough so it doesn't rip or tear. And now I've got this 9-inch dark cake pan. So we did prefer using a dark cake pan here, but if you don't have a dark cake pan at home, just extend the cooking time to 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
Now I did go ahead and grease it. I lined it with some parchment and then greased it again. So now you want to put one directly into the center. And now the following rolls, you're going to put them around the center, but you want to have the seam side facing inward.
Okay.
You run the risk of them unraveling.
Gotcha.
All right, so now these need to rise again. So I'm going to put some plastic wrap over top, and I'm going to let them hang out in a warm part of the kitchen for 60 to 90 minutes until they've doubled in size.
All right.
Take a look at how beautiful these look. They've doubled in size clearly.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm going to bake these in a preheated oven at 325 degrees. The oven rack is at the middle position. And I'm going to cook these until they register 195 degrees in the interior, which should take 40 to 45 minutes.
All right.
We'll get you right back to the video. Check out Cook's Country's newest book, The Complete Cook's Country TV Show Cookbook.
Over 16 seasons and more than 600 recipes are condensed into this cookbook, jam-packed with every recipe we feature on the show, plus stories, tips, and reviews.
Go on the road with Cook's Country and tour the U.S. through food. Get inspired by dishes from restaurants, regions, and chefs all over America.
All in this one convenient cookbook.
To order your copy of the Complete Cook's Country TV Show Cookbook, scan the QR code or visit cookscountry.com to continue your Cook's Country journey.
Oh, I can just smell them. They're so pretty.
They are.
They perfectly filled in all those empty spots in the pan, and they have that color, that slight citrusy color.
And they didn't unravel.
They didn't.
Phew. So again, we're looking for an internal temperature of 195 degrees. Awesome. 196. Perfect.
Nice.
Now these need to cool in the pan on the wire rack for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now while those cool, I'm going to make a glaze. So I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of some heavy cream, some sugar. I've got a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, 2 tablespoons more of the softened unsalted butter, and then finally 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Over medium heat, I'm going to bring this to a boil. So I'm going to let this cook for about 4 minutes until some large bubbles begin to appear. All right, so as you can see, the mixture is just starting to get slightly thickened. And then we're just looking for some slow, lazy bubbles.
That's it.
That's it. All right, it's been 30 very long minutes, and these are nice and cool now. So I'm just going to tip this over because I want to remove the parchment from earlier.
Very smart.
Thank you.
Oh, that released a whole new aroma into the air of orange and sugar and butter.
Totally did.
Man, those smell good.
And now I'm just going to glaze all of the rolls very generously with this delicious buttercream mixture.
You're not holding back with this glaze, Ash. I love it.
No way, not on my watch. I'm going to go through and make sure we get all that glaze all around. I'm just going to use this offset spatula just to help me
Loosen it up.
loosen her up there.
Oh, yes. You can smell the orange in the air. I mean, that is just incredible. All right.
Are you an outer or an inner kind of roll?
I'm a yes.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Really good. Buttery, orangey, not too sweet, which sometimes these can be really sweet. And I love that delicate balance.
For full episodes of your favorite cooking shows, head over to ATK's Full Episodes channel on YouTube. You can stream complete seasons of America's Test Kitchen, Cook's Country, and more. See you there.